Welcome to Redwood Country. The redwood tree is a symbol of Northern California. And what amazes me is that these trees behind me are genetically identical to their parents, to their grandparents, even their great-grandparents, and going back tens of thousands of years. That's what I call a great lineage. Coastal redwoods are truly wonders of nature. They are the tallest tree species in the world, reaching higher than 350 feet. And they're also amongst the oldest, living 1,200 years or more. And they are specialists, growing only where the fog is thick.
Redwoods are limited to Central California up to Southern Oregon, and the real limiting factor is the coastal fog belt.
Alicia Goldsworthy is a silviculturist. Her job is to manage the health of this redwood stand.
Redwood's really amazing. It can take water in at night, and it can take water in during the day, and it almost has no dormancy season, so it's always growing.
On most summer mornings, this part of Northern California is shrouded in mist rising from the ocean. This time of year, there is almost no rainfall, so water from fog plays a vital role for the redwoods. Fog provides three things. It makes the soil wetter, it decreases the rate of evaporation, and it adds moisture that the redwoods take in through their needles. All that water allows the redwoods to become towering giants, capable of growing more than 3 feet in a year.
Redwood is an incredibly thrifty species. It grows so incredibly fast. Some of the highest rates of volume production of any species is a commercial timber species.
Beginning in the 1850s, commercial interests almost wiped out all of the California redwood forests. Men who came west for the gold rush stayed to become lumbermen, fueling the explosion of cities like San Francisco. Like so much of our nation's forests, much of the redwoods were clear-cut. Centuries-old trees fell to axes and saws in an instant. In 1918, conservationists began ringing alarm bells. They formed a Save the Redwoods League, marking the beginning of an effort to preserve what little was left of these ancient forests. In the late 1980s, controversy flared again. Activists protested cutting the remaining old growth. Some occupied tree canopies for months, chained themselves to trunks, and blocked logging trucks. The conflict ended when the government purchased more than 7,000 acres for a new reserve. Since then, timber companies have committed to leaving all old growth stands intact and have moved to a new way of logging redwoods. That new approach is to remove only a handful of trees, leaving behind a better habitat for those that remain.
We thin so that we can maintain the health and productivity of our redwood trees. We don't want our trees slowing down and being susceptible to disease or insect attacks. And we also want to maintain, a good rate of growth.
So basically, we're talking about bigger, stronger, faster after a thinning like this.
That's correct.
After thinning, timber companies are taking another step to make the redwood forests healthier. They are replanting. All right, one of my favorite things to do, let's go plant some trees. Private landowners have pledged to plant 5 new trees for every one they cut down. The goal is to keep these forests here forever.
Forestry is a long-term business. We're going for the long game. And so we're not looking 1 or 2 years, we're looking generations down the road. So we have what was given to us, and we want to make sure we leave it in as good or better condition than we received it in.
Everybody uses the term sustainability and sustainable, and I think it gets a little overused. We like the term perpetual. We're standing in a third growth forest. And so rather than sustainable, if you think about these forests as perpetual.
Love it. I like that word, perpetual. That's fantastic. Oh, look at that sun through the trees. My wife, Rose Lane, and I will never give up our Georgia pines, but we have to admit these California redwoods have gotten under our skin. 900 years old.
Sun is shining through the woods.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
I feel optimistic knowing that Californians are committed to preserving the redwoods. It's simply amazing to walk under these colossal ancient trees. And it's a joy to know that wise decisions today mean they will still be here hundreds of years in the future.